What's up?
We're just checking water pressure. Just shy of 90 pounds.
What is it usually supposed to be at?
Under 75.
That's a lot.
Morning.
Morning. I understand how to train, what it is that you likely need to know. I know it's unique for each of you. You guys all have your own unique things that you might need to improve upon. But what I want to talk about, specifically you guys, you service guys, have the most influence in the company, hands down. It's like you guys quite literally are the culture of the company or have the most effect and influence over it. If the company's slipping in a bad way, there's only so many levers that I have as a leader to pull to influence that. What I can't control or solve for, and I have zero tolerance for, is when attitudes shift. No one's immune to having poor attitudes at times. You know, I often have that affect me. What instead, though, can be done is understanding what is your trigger around that, understanding what we can do to maybe alleviate that. You can't prevent it from unearthing, but you can prevent how much influence it has over you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna ask each of you to label one thing that you have a bad attitude about, work-related, and we're gonna put it up on this board right here. So we're gonna start with you, Jack. We're gonna just go all the way around the table. What's one thing that you often or repeatedly have a bad attitude about that you have to do day to day, something about your work?
When you get back-to-back warranty work.
Electrical wise, like bullshit tripped breaker, GFI, like I feel I can't sell additionally for something silly like that.
Somewhat simple job doesn't go right, I kind of get frustrated quick.
Time wasted. My time wasted.
Okay.
What really grinds your gears?
On-call, like repetitiveness, if you would say that.
I wasn't gonna feed you that one, but I'm like, if no one says on call, I mean, you guys are all lying then, let's just say it. So, Nick, what do you got?
Like prolonged time in like an attic on a hot day.
What do you got?
Somebody just refuses to do the right thing. This is what's broken, this is what needs to be fixed, and they just don't want to hear it. I could have been somewhere else doing something more productive.
Derrick.
This ought to be good. When people leave tools in a bucket, that really gets me going.
Leave tools in a bucket.
Yeah. Drives me nuts.
Derrick, I'm gonna help you with this one.
Appreciate it.
So I don't have to write tools in a bucket up here. I think what encompasses your tools in the bucket that would bother you, I'm not a sports guy, but I could use the analogy that everyone would get. You get up to the plate, up to bat, your bat broke. Now, instead of having the right bat, the one that you always use, they're like, hey, here's one, but a slightly different bat. What we want all of you to be is the guy that's like, give me a twig and I'll get on base. If you have all the right preparation, but you still allow these to have a great influence over your day, there's no help for you. And unfortunately for our industry, these things are gonna follow you everywhere you go. You could allow yourself to spiral that way, or you could potentially label it the opposite way. And every time something might be a misstep or something that might upset you, instead stop yourself in that exact moment and say, not today. I'm not gonna let this upset me today. I'm gonna choose to go the opposite direction. You'll find less will affect you and less emotion will flood over you in an uncontrollable way. All right, let's get started today.
You can carry that with you all day now. Appreciate it.
Derrick's he's really a strong man. Said you're a really strong man, I didn't really help. Just moral support more than anything.
What's up? Matt, what do you got?
So, what are we doing here today anyway?
We're replacing the water heater today.
Okay.
Matt was out over the weekend, found the water heater leaking, so we are here today to go ahead and get that swapped out.
Nice. And when you swap out a water heater, what's the main culprit usually?
Two things, leaking or age. That's usually going to be the reasons. So typical life is about 10 to 12 years. This one's a little over that. We usually, on like an inspection, recommend after 10 years, replacing it so that you catch it before it leaks.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to let you get to it and stop talking.
That's right.
All right.
All right. replacing the water heater today.
Come on.
Matt gave me a little rundown. That's what was going on.
Yeah, he was super helpful on day. It's been leaking slowly.
Okay.
Kind of soaking up the wall. It's from 07, so it's probably...
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty standard for that to happen. If we need to move something, just let us know. We can move.
We were having a little bit of like a fruit fly problem, so if we can keep the door closed.
Yes.
I know when you're unloading.
No, that's fine. We'll close that. That's not a problem.
All right.
Awesome. I'm going to get started.
Cool.
What's up? We're just checking water pressure.
Oh, okay.
Just shy of 90 pounds.
What is it usually supposed to be at?
Under 75.
That's a lot.
Yep. So the solution would be to add a pressure reducing valve to limit that pressure down. But I was just testing because I saw the city water. I know how it is in this area. But I was looking to see if some of the newer meters have a check valve built into them. So I was just looking to make sure that it didn't have that, which basically would tell me is the pressure would come up and I would see it fluctuate just a little bit. Still, pressure's high.
Yeah, good to let them know.
Yes. So that's where we're at.
So while you're putting the dope on, when you put electric water heaters or oil fired
Or gas.
or gas, is it the same concept with the piping? It's just-
Water in, water out.
Yeah. Okay.
And your fuel source. Yeah, so electric's obviously the most basic install. You have your cold in, your hot out, relief valve, your power. Your fuel source on this one will be electric. Gas, there's some different aspects to it. Anytime you have combustion, there's going to be a vent for it. So whether it's oil or gas, but the idea behind them all is the same. Did I give you all the information you hope for?
Honestly, yeah.
Glad I could help. Wasn't supposed to do that.
You're definitely supposed to do that, though.
There's different ways to pipe it. You can pipe it with copper, you can do PVC, you can do those plastic pre-made ones. I have the copper, I just stick with that because it's more rigid.
That's cool. Yeah, I always wanted to know because I've always seen different styles.
Yeah, it's just, that's all it is really. You want to come in here? I'll show you what exactly is done.
Yep.
So we've got nice new shut-off valve, nice and easy on and off. Cool. All tied in, relief valve. As for maintenance on a water heater, what manufacturers recommend doing once a year is flushing the water heater.
Okay.
What that does is that allows mineral buildup inside to be flushed out of it. Just make sure your power is turned off before you do anything.
Okay.
Otherwise, if there's no water in there, power's on, it'll burn the elements out.
Okay, flush annually, turn off at the breaker.
Yep. And then the other thing that they recommend checking once a year is the anode rod. That's not something you're gonna be able to do yourself. This would have to be taken apart every time. So if we're out here flushing it once a year, we could check it then. Otherwise, they usually recommend replacing it every 2 to 3 years. That just allows you to get the longest life out of the heater as possible. You don't have to check the anode rod every year. That's their recommendation, but I don't expect you to want to have to go through pulling that apart every time. The replacing it every 2 to 3 years is a little more, makes sense. Rather than just checking it. So, cool. The other thing, that's why I have this in here, I just wanted to show you. I just test pressure when I'm out here. What I did want to let you know is you guys have really good water pressure here.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll show you real quick. This is going to drip for a minute, but you're during the middle of the day
Oh, wow.
at 90 pounds.
Okay.
That is really good pressure. Too good.
All right.
Honestly. So you're not saying you have to do anything about it, but just let you
Yeah.
know it could potentially cause issues. Toilets, shower valves,
Okay.
faucets. It's just not designed to handle that pressure.
Interesting.
The max pressure we'd like to see would be about 75 pounds. So to solve that, you could always add a pressure reducing valve onto the main here. That would allow us to limit that pressure down. But just letting you know that that's what would need to be done to solve that. It's not something you have to do, but recommended just so, yeah, exactly. There's a 6-year manufacturer warranty on the tank.
Okay.
And 2 years parts and labor from us, or 2-year warranty through us. Give it a little bit longer and you'll have complete hot water. Cool. So, awesome.
Thanks for
No problem.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, man. Thank you. All right. See you guys.
All done.
All right, bye.
No, we put the new water heater in, back up and running, and we noticed the pressure was a little high, so we talked to him about that. So might be something he takes care of in the future. But I think that's really it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another happy customer. That's what matters, right?
that's right.
All right. Well, you have a great day. It's going to be a beautiful day, so I hope you enjoy it.
You too.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, Matt came for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's Lou today.
Yeah. He literally came for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's it.
I put the last thing in the truck and Matt pulled up. So Matt wrote the notes up for me.
All right, man. You have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.